is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. We have a good-looking crew right here. Sam Shocker in the house. Erica Cobb in the house. Out of the house.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday to you out there. Welcome to DBL. The wait is finally over because the Golden Bachelor finally premiered last night on ABC. And it offered 72-year-old Gary and 22 women a second chance at love. Now, in case you missed it, don't worry. We got a little recap. As the limos pulled up, some women relied on comedy. That's what I would have done. And some relied on drama. Very big reveals to catch his attention. Jimmy Kimmel's 84-year-old aunt made a surprise visit to meet Gary, cutie. 61-year-old Faith showed up and riding a motorcycle, saying, "I'm proof that you can live fast and not die young." She ended up getting the first impression rose. Meantime, this woman shared it was her birthday before flashing Gary her birthday suit.
Well, kinda.
Okay.
Kinda.
Thank you for that, Erica.
Yes.
The two later locked lips to celebrate, but she wasn't the only one to get a kiss. Faith, remember, also got in on some Golden Bachelor action. A lot of folks are also talking about Sandra. I hope it's not Sandra. I apologize. She got very nervous meeting Gary. Let's take a look at Sandra.
You know, what I do when I get nervous, I have this Zen practice. So I'm going to do that right now, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a couple of breaths. Okay, I feel better.
I love her. Okay, let's talk about the premiere and the fact that Gary locked lips with a few women on the first night, even after his granddaughters told him not to. Erica, you said you cried the whole time.
I did cry the whole time.
Tell me everything.
Well, I believe everyone deserves love, and these are people who are, a lot of them have lost their partners, which were very I mean, if you've ever loved someone so deeply and had a life partnership, that is just the most terrifying thing. And to have the courage to put themselves out there like that, I just thought it was such a beautiful expression of vulnerability, and it was just I'm sure that this is going to give so many people so much hope that love is possible at any age. And this is the first time in the history of The Bachelor that I received a text from my mother, who is watching with her girlfriends. They're in their 70s and 80s, and they are assessing the whole thing. I'm thinking I need to do a recap with my mama now.
Podcast
with Erica Cobb.
It is a comeback, isn't
Can I
it?
challenge her, though, because I did not see it, but I did read the comments, and I will be watching it. I have it saved. A lot of people were saying this feels like the same old Bachelor, just with an added adjective, meaning golden. What would you say to them?
I would say that it is, and it needs to be.
Right.
Because I think when you have too many variables in an equation, then people get lost. There needs to be something that's a constant.
For sure.
So the formula stays constant, but it's interesting the juxtaposition between watching people in their 20s go through this process and watching people, 60 plus go through the process. Because we know the formula, I think it gives it a little bit more credibility, and it's a lot more interesting to see how they do in that same formula.
Yeah, because you can hang your hat on it, and you can have something to anchor on. You're usually a little salty about stuff like this. You watched it.
I watched it.
And what did Mr. Salty Al think?
I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought Jimmy Kimmel's aunt added such an important element of humor, and it shows how there's
is she well known for Jimmy Kimmel? Is she on the show a lot?
I'm not sure. He focuses on his family a lot, so I'm sure the audience knows her.
Okay.
But I thought that she was really refreshing. As a new viewer, as somebody that's never watched The Bachelor ever in his life and would never even know what that was, I thought I appreciated having the formula. I know people were saying, why didn't they change it up? It's like saying, why does Law and Order switch up to Law and Order SVU? Because this formula works.
Totally.
We're just going to plug a little something else in here. So I really appreciate it. I'd like that there was an air of sex and sexiness, and not just like we can knit together. It's like, no, get on my motorcycle. I'm going to sing you a song, and then we're going to go.
Very nice.
We're going to go check in somewhere.
That's nice.
I was totally here for it, and I'm really excited. I thought it was cool.
Tori, we would be really quickly remiss if we didn't mention that Dr. Cobb, Erica's mom, the mathematician, Erica kept using the word formula. So well done, Erica.
I do want to say one thing as a brand new viewer. I'm interested to see, obviously these women have all watched every episode of The Bachelor. So I'm wondering if we're going to see like their just take on it, or is it going to be all the things that they've studied about what's worked and what's not, and then they apply that?
Well,
so I wonder that.
I think that's a part of it. You can tell some people have said, I've never seen the show.
Right.
So not all of them know. And so there's been a lot of questions from some of them like, oh, there's only one rose. What does that mean? And you see the people who watched it explaining, you know, what this all means.
Taking them
about
through
the
the
first
ropes.
impression.
Nice. Will there be drama, you know, because it's not as young? Will there be like I mean, I hate saying that. Well, will there be infighting, or is it because they're more mature?
I don't know. They were so complimentary of each other. Like, oh my God, I love your earrings.
What
I love
about
your
Flasher
hair.
Lady?
Oh, Flasher Lady she wasn't dramatic at all, and she had like a nude bodysuit.
Oh, cute.
Good for
thing
her.
on, but yeah.
Like Sam.
It didn't work.
Like it didn't work.
It didn't.
Someone who writes in a lot just said, I'm 67 and I feel like I've given up. Don't give up.
No.
Do not give up. We believe in you.
You're not allowed to.
You're not allowed.
Get your groove back.
Yeah.
Agreed. The host of this show saying you're not allowed. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with holistic plastic surgeon Dr. Yoon all about a product that might work even better than Botox. Plus, Sharon Osbourne is speaking out about her dramatic weight loss and her experience with Ozempic. Stay tuned.
Tori, did you watch The Bachelor?
Okay. So I've never seen The Bachelor because I never.
something.
Oh, I know what to do.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
With I never seen The Bachelor because I don't like infighting, and I also didn't like the idea of like one guy or one girl dating 30 people at the same time. I just didn't like the format. But your recommendation of the Golden Bachelor has got me somewhat interested.
Yeah, I think.
Was it a feel-good show?
I think it was just. I'm glad it wasn't too much of a feel-good show in that it becomes almost patronizing.
Saccharine,
Like,
yeah.
look at you guys out here trying to have a real life.
Yeah.
I really, I wouldn't mind if there's some infighting. Like, if you want somebody,
Sure.
I mean, you had to fight for your man.
I sure did.
Hey, if something's worth having,
sure
probably
did.
somebody else wants it.
That's
So,
very true.
go
And
get
Gary
yours.
seemed not at all cheesy, or how did he feel?
He's a little cheesy, but like,
Yes,
it's
so
okay.
does his
Look,
fine.
cheesy is okay too.
Ira's cheesy, right? Don't you think Ira's 1,000%? He's Swiss cheesy. That's right.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think that's. I think you want a little cheesy.
I did feel like he was open to meeting somebody and open to finding love, and that's he's with his partner I think for 43 or 41 years or something. So I think we're all kind of cheering for Gary to pick the right person. My early favorite is Faith. She can sing. I thought she was super attractive. She on a motorcycle.
I don't. The gray long hair. She looked gorgeous.
I think she was the first one out of the limo.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
stunning.
she was very attractive.
Oh, and I thought that they just looked. I just thought it was a really smart idea for the audience. It's gonna be. What's her name,
Elaine.
Elaine. I liked
she the first one out of
Elaine.
the limo?
Let us
Yes.
know what you think.
She was really attractive. So shout out to the Golden Bachelor. Well done.
Her reception at the it's like you and I talking about.
Better than our studio, probably.
I've buried a treasure somewhere in this studio. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to DBL.
I'm excited.
Wouldn't that be neat?
I was so excited.
Sharon Osbourne's drastic weight loss. Let's talk about it because it was on display this week while leaving a hotel in London. She was there. She, just taking a look, the latest celebrity sharing her experience using Ozempic to lose weight. Now, in a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Sharon talked about the side effects, saying she had zero desire to eat. She says she lost about 42 pounds. Listen.
It's just time to stop. I didn't actually want to go this thin, but it just happened, and I'll probably put it all on again soon.
She also warned that we need to keep Ozempic away from younger people because they will, quote, go berserk on it, and it's not right. Just so you guys know, on their Families podcast, in a recent clip she shared with the Daily Mail, Sharon said she goes about 3 days without eating at all every single week. And there's a side-by-side. I know this seems a bit celebrity focused, but we just want to show that we're talking about Ozempic a lot for our audience. That's a pretty big weight loss for someone in the public image. Just wanting to talk about it.
I think this is a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
I don't think people should see this as this end-all be-all miracle drug. And for some, it may be. We've had Dr. Coley come on and say for some, it is wonderful. For others, it can be abused. For many, they'll gain it back. Is that good for your body? We know that yo-yoing up and down is not. I'm concerned as a mother. Now, Sharon has done this 3 days of not eating for quite some time. I'm very cognizant to not comment on my body unless it's positive around Sophie, whether it's someone else's body, my own body. I don't want her to internalize that and then look at herself in the mirror, especially saying if my mom feels this way, what does that mean about me?
That's beautiful.
So I'm concerned about how long has Sharon Osbourne had this dysmorphia, so to speak, and how has that impacted Kelly and Jen?
Right.
So that is my concern because I'm kind of seeing this full arc now, and it's worrisome to me. But kudos to Sharon for speaking out.
Erica, you were nodding. What did you think about what she said about the kids?
Yeah, I mean, I question that as well. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this a lot when I did fitness competitions, and if that's your thing, don't come for me.
Mazel.
I love that for you. You know, experience it. You know, we all have to do things, you know, to figure out if it's something that's for us. For me, it wasn't, and it made me panic about the way that I was eating and how my body was reverting back to normal because I lost so much weight, you know, between 25 to 50 pounds in a very short period of time by like extreme dieting, extreme exercising. You know, I would eat like everything was measured out. I would have tilapia, you know, I was eating tilapia out of my purse. Wow. I was drinking, you know, like it was just like, it was so extreme that I couldn't sustain it.
Sure.
So it made me kind of go a little crazy. Like it psychologically impacted me and made me feel really terrible about myself. I remember going on a photo shoot that I was asked to be on. Specifically, it was a fitness type thing because of my physique. And I was in tears at the photo shoot because I thought that I wasn't fit enough. And it's like, just the craziest thing to look back on and realize like how your body and your mind can't catch up to one another when you lose weight that fast.
That's alarming.
That is alarming.
I mean, well, you know, I'm not saying that we should have seen this coming, but we had to see this coming as a society when our society is so focused on the physical, and all of a sudden this drug is basically released on its own recognizance, and everybody's just kind of their own physician. So if you want to take it and stop, okay. If you want to take it and not eat, okay. I mean, I'm surprised, happily surprised that we don't see this more, but I think that this is probably now our present rather than a hypothetical present. And in terms of you talking about Sophie and the young men and women and people, everyone coming up, you think that you can hide about how adults feel about their bodies, but these kids aren't stupid. They hear and absorb. They're part of this culture.
Yeah,
they know mom is on Ozempic. They hear dad's friends talking about, you know, somebody's on Ozempic, and because of that, they're absorbing it and then getting it from their peers. So, I mean, when you have a medication like this and it's just a free-for-all for 330 million Americans, most of which, you know, are close to or struggling with obesity, like all of our society because of the food we eat, it's going to be a problem. So we need to get a hold of this now or just accept it, which I do not want to do.
Agreed. That becomes body mental real bad when it's coming from all sides, like stereo. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with Dr. Yoon why people are using snail serum as skincare, including yours truly. It works, people.
Walk into any pharmacy and you're probably inundated with advertisements urging you to get a flu shot and an updated COVID-19 vaccine. Several people on social media are wondering if it's safe to get both vaccines at the same time, or if they should space the 2 shots out. So let's verify. Can a person get the COVID-19 vaccine and the flu shot at the same time? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Food and Drug Administration, Dr. Payal Kohli with the University of Colorado, and Dr. Sarah Lynn Mark, a former senior medical advisor to the White House. Traditionally, the flu vaccine is administered in the fall, ahead of peak flu season in the winter. For the past 3 years, we've also seen cases of COVID-19 spike during these same months as people gathered for the holidays. The CDC studied self-reported data from more than 92,000 people who received a booster shot and a flu shot during the 2021 flu season and concluded it is safe to administer both vaccines at the same time. The study found that about 10% more people who received both vaccines reported typical symptoms associated with them, like fatigue, headache, and muscle ache, than those who only received the COVID-19 booster. But the reactions were usually mild and went away quickly. So, yes, a person can get the COVID-19 vaccine and the flu shot at the same time. Both Drs. Kohli and Mark tell Verify getting the 2 shots is more convenient and may encourage more people to get vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19.
Welcome back from Brotox to snail slime. There are so many new rituals popping up each week. How do you know if you're really doing the right thing? Well, earlier, our friend Dr. Tony Yoon was able to break it all down for us, including the snail slime. Take a look.
Please welcome back to the show our favorite, Dr. Tony Yoon.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, sir. Now, I watched your Instagram, and I want to go deep into this with you. There's a new product called Daxify. Many are claiming it's better than Botox. Is that true? What is Daxify, and did Dax Shepard have anything to do?
He didn't have anything to do with it. But, so Botox lasts about 3 to 4 months, and there have been a number of competitors of Botox that have come around, but none of them really dethroned Botox because they didn't bring anything new to the table. Daxify is the first one that studies show lasts almost twice as long as Botox. So Botox usually lasts about 3 to 4 months. Daxify studies show about 6 months. And so that's a big, big deal when people, people don't want to get poked every 3 months if you can help it.
That's true. Do you think this will eventually replace Botox? And is it more costly?
It is definitely is more expensive, and the jury is still out. I actually had Daxify done a couple of weeks ago right here, and you can see.
I saw it. Yeah, on your, you look great.
Yeah, I can't really move much. And the big question is, how long is it going to last? Is it going to last 6 months? I'll let you know 6 months from now.
You got it. It's a date.
6 months, you're still going to be a beaubeautiful man. Now, I have to ask you, because there's a new article out about Botox and how men are getting smaller procedures done.
Brotox.
Did I say I'm Brotox? Okay, here's a clip of Jeff and I actually getting some Brotox.
Cool shirt out.
Are you making fun of my shirt?
Yeah.
So can you tell everybody during the insults from my co-host, how does this method work differently from traditional Botox?
Yeah, the big thing with men is less is more. And, one of the big things with Botox is when you inject the forehead, it can really alter how your eyebrows look. Yeah. You could get an arching of the brows that can make you look like this.
Jeff Schroeder had that,
We're well aware.
Yes. So in men, the male faces are not as forgiving of that as female faces. So you got to be much more careful with the Botox, inject a bit less up in the forehead, but also you need more over here in the frown lines because those muscles are stronger. So you can't do it the same in men as in women.
So, okay, here's another thing. We are seeing now that people are using a serum made of snail slime for their skin. First off, why? And what does this stuff do? And are the snails harmed?
Oh, my goodness.
So the snails are not harmed, but literally you take a room full of snails, and as those snails are slithering around, you can see they leave a trail of slime behind them, and you collect that slime and then you turn that into a serum.
What?
And this
Whose
is totally
job is that?
Somebody who hopefully is getting paid enough for it, and they work at night. But the idea with this is it's chock full of hyaluronic acid, which is a very powerful moisturizer of the skin. It has growth factors, it has antioxidants in it, and it does tend to help. It's very popular in K-beauty right now.
I put it under the eyes, just so you know.
You do?
Of course.
Where do you get it?
Amazon, Snail Mucin, M-U-C-I-N, and you can see a nice shine.
Yes, it's definitely very moisturizing.
Yeah.
If you've got really dry skin, it's something to consider trying.
Yeah.
All right. So you recently posted a video giving tips to get better sleep naturally. This is something I struggle with. What can I do to get better sleep?
So a lot of simple things. The first thing is you want to set the temperature of your room to 68 degrees.
Yep.
Typically, you're a little on the cooler side will help you sleep better. Second thing is you want to turn off any Wi-Fi routers in your room. If you've got a Wi-Fi router in your house, don't put it in your bedroom because it's possible that the electromagnetic frequencies from your Wi-Fi router could interfere with your sleep.
Ooh.
Same thing with putting your phone under your pillow. You get those EMFs, and jury's still out on if they're harmful at all, but they definitely can impact your sleep and your circadian rhythms.
It's also a sign you're cheating.
Yeah,
No, it
think you
isn't.
want to try
Under the
something.
pillow,
the phone under the pillow.
Yeah.
Come on, Doc.
Yeah,
That
that's
means
bad.
that's a sign you're cheating?
Yeah.
I have my phone right by my pillow because of the white noise.
Yeah, but it's not underneath the mattress.
Okay, all right.
Final thing is you could try essential oils like chamomile, and that can help relax you and help you sleep at night.
I think I got a lavender.
We all lavender spritz our pillows.
Yeah. Just be careful with
us three.
dogs and lavender, though, because it can be harmful for dogs.
And Erica, she's allergic. We have to be
we all know that about
Yes.
Erica Cobb.
Yeah.
All right. So I know we always say how important sleep is, but how does getting sleep make a difference to our appearance?
Yeah, it's actually a really big deal, and we do recommend 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night because your body does rejuvenate itself overnight. And if you're doing the Martha Stewart 4 hours of sleep a night, that just is not enough. I mean, that's why so many of us wake up with bags under our eyes.
I feel like I could. Yeah, you look so.
What?
No, like a year ago, I feel like my eyes just changed, and I don't know how to get them back.
Same.
And they're just so creasy and
Me
so
too.
flaky and
Mine
so
are-
Maybe it had something to do with the snail mucus.
No. Mine are creasy too, and I don't use snail mucus. It's our age, Tori.
Okay.
We're in our
You guys look
40s.
wonderful.
That's
Stop
okay.
it.
Dr. Yoon, we love you. We always appreciate
Love
when you
when you're
join
on
us.
the show.
DBL Nation, make sure you follow Dr. Yoon across social media at Tony Yoon MD. Thank you again, Doc. Always fun having you.
Looking good, Doc.
We'll be right
you
back.
so much.
Looking really good.
Really
glowy.
good.
Very glowy.
And all tan
yeah,
a little?
tan.
Looking great.
Tina S. from Waxhaw wrote on Facebook about a gift card from a local store that lost its full value within 6 months. She says the store wouldn't let her make a purchase using the amount on the card, which was $60. But many in the comments were saying gift cards should be good for 5 years. So the question, are store gift cards supposed to expire only after 5 years? Let's verify. Our source is the Federal Trade Commission, the Credit Card Act of 2009, and Tom Bartholomew, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau here in Charlotte. It's easy to forget what gift cards you got for your birthday or a holiday, but if you are sitting on unused gift cards, can you still use them?
It's a federal law that basically states that gift cards and gift certificates have to last at least 5 years.
The federal law stems from the Credit Card Act of 2009, which says a gift card cannot expire for at least 5 years from the date the card was purchased or the last date funds were reloaded.
In order to protect consumers, give them more time. There was a lot of shenanigans going on with gift cards before then.
According to the Federal Trade Commission, if the expiration date listed on the card is less than 5 years, the value can be transferred to a replacement card at no cost. However, inactivity fees can be charged if the card hasn't been used for at least 1 year.
There can be inactivity fees, but it's got to be spelled out to the purchaser of those gift cards.
So we can verify that, yes, store gift cards can expire only after 5 years, and you should be able to use them for up to 1 year penalty-free. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
All right, you ready?
Do it.
I think our show's a little different. We could say what we want and go deeper than other shows can.
Our chemistry is just so on.
Sometimes I'm a little mad at my co-host, Jeff.
And my co-hosts have to trust that I'm gonna bring it and be 100% all the time.
There's zero filter with us. Whether you love us or hate us, or you can't stop watching us.
DBL is on.
Besides pumpkin spice lattes, nothing says fall better than the changing of the leaves. But have you ever wondered why the leaves are super vibrant some years and just mediocre in others? Let's verify. Do summer weather conditions affect the timing of fall leaf colors? Our sources are the U.S. Forest Service and a blog by Harvard Forest, Harvard University's Ecological Research Lab. The vibrancy and length of fall colors depends on the amount of moisture in the soil throughout the summer and fall weather. A drought in the spring could delay when trees grow all of their leaves, which can delay the onset of fall colors. Harvard Forest says a summer drought could stress the trees, causing them to lose their leaves early. The best fall colors happen when there's a warm, wet spring, followed by a summer with average temperatures and rainfall, and a fall with sunny days and cool nights. So, yes, summer weather conditions do affect the timing of fall leaf colors. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. We have some sad news today to report. Senator Dianne Feinstein, the longest-serving female senator in U.S. history, has died. She was 90 years old. The trailblazing California Democrat began her career becoming the very first female mayor of San Francisco after, if you remember, a double assassination in 1978. She began her 30-year career in the Senate, winning a special election in 1992, and some of her biggest achievements include helping to create the Amber Alert system that you all see on your phone today, protecting national parks and lands, and writing the 1994 assault weapons ban. She had planned to step down following this term. We always talk about the pioneers that have to break down the door before the others. This was certainly someone who did it after very scary incidents in San Francisco, including the assassination, of course, of Harvey Milk. She stepped in that vacuum and sort of steadied the ship, and has been a lion in the Senate for a long, long time.
I mean, it does bring to light not only her career, but just the questions we have to ask as a public. Do we want our public advocates dying in office?
Right.
I mean, we don't want to see anybody die in office. I'd like to see people die at home or in front of a pond with somebody that they loved. So maybe, you know, I'm not talking about age restrictions right now, but maybe it's a conversation for later.
It certainly brings that up to mind, begs the question, and I hope we can bring about some other time we can talk about it. For now, may she rest in peace.
Right.
May she rest in power.
Heck of a career.
Heck of a career.
Well done.
Amazing woman.
Sure.
Absolutely a pioneer. DBL's new every day. We will see you same time, same place Monday. Have a good weekend, guys.